everybody. Welcome to 500 Open Tabs. I'm Hannah Hillam.
And I'm Kaveh Taherian. Hannah, we have something very exciting today, don't we?
We do. We have a very exciting special guest. Today we have fellow cartoonist and comic artist whose work you've definitely come across on the internet.
Yes.
Harris Fishman AKA BeetleMoses. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. I really am excited to be here. I'm a fan of the show. And yeah, I'm
so
really
you're
happy
the one.
You guys asked me on.
You're the one listener. Thank you.
Yeah, Well, I will admit, I was watching episodes in preparation for like being on here. So like I watched one, as I mentioned, with Lovenstein, J.O. Westover.
Yeah.
It's my dude.
Supermarket sweep.
Yeah, and
That was
I love when artists have podcasts. So like when people, visual artists get to talk about their work, because it's kind of an isolating job sometimes, or lonely. You can be a little lonely. So I think podcasts are like, it's cool to listen to other artists talk.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I always forget that we forget to tell people that we're cartoonists. So people will be like, I didn't know you did art. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Okay. So
it bleeds through. It comes through. It's the aura.
It's the aura. It's the mess that we run this show. Yeah. But yeah, we're huge fans of yours. We've mentioned you before on here. I don't remember which episode it is because I don't remember anything.
He probably knows more than we do because he's been listening to more episodes recently than we have.
It's possible. Yeah. No, I really appreciate that. That's crazy that you guys are shouting me out and stuff. It's awesome.
Thank you for being on.
I was going to say, so you don't know this about me, but I've studied, I went to film school. I did my master's in film. So I did that. I was in animation. I worked in documentary. I've worked in like a lot of different mediums regarding sequential art specifically. Mm-hmm. And so the reason I bring this up is because I've gotten a lot of experience studying stuff. And I have to say, there's one comic of yours that Hannah and I always talk about. And it's the one of the, which you probably already know, it's the anglerfish one. And pound for pound, I feel like that's probably one of the absolute best examples of like, efficient storytelling in like just 2 panels telling like just one quick story that's both hysterical and like heartbreaking and devastating and existential. And it's so good. And it's something that I honestly feel like, if I had a class, I would teach that in a class of just being like, look at how exemplary this is.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. That means a lot to hear. And I'm all about like brevity. I love like quick storytelling. Yeah, I love the format of the gag comic, like the single page comic is actually it's great. And it'd be a lie to say it's underappreciated because there are people who really do love it and like treat it as an art form. As we know, some of my favorite artists, period, Bill Watterson, Gary Larson, are cartoonists. And I'm really grateful that I've kind of like made a little nest for myself in the scene, so to speak, because there's a lot of really cool people who are part of it.
It's a good scene.
Thanks.
We're all very supportive of each other, I've noticed. Where I whenever I meet somebody in the webcomic or cartoonist scene, it's just like, oh yeah, we're all just doing our thing and we're all helping each other out.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's amazing. I actually really appreciate that about webcomics. Is like there's kind of no industry. It's just like a bunch of artists that like do the same thing. But I think that's actually what keeps it so fresh. Like I mean, no shade, no tea, but like I know that the old school comics industry is like struggling in several ways, and so I think like I don't know. I think there's the webcomics make everything seem kind of hopeful for the future because they're very popular and the people who do them are able to really establish themselves as like working artists, which I think is hard to do. But there's a lot of them in the webcomic scene. There's a lot of people who have been at it for like over a decade, like very long time. And there's a reason for that. It's a very good scene. And you're right. Everyone was very uplifting and just like supportive of each other. It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah. I'm happy to know so many other cartoonists, but
something Hannah and I were talking about earlier, which is kind of funny, is that we were wondering, you're younger than us. You're what? You're 30 years old or something, right?
I just turned 31. Yeah.
You just turned 31. Nice. How do you have the sense of humor of like a 50-year-old man? Like, where does that come from exactly?
I'm just an old soul. I don't, you know what? It's actually funny you mention it. It has been a more like recent angle that I've been trying to do with my comics where like I know that I want to make jokes that appeal to young people, because young people are I am a young person, and like those are the people that are online, and who are most likely going to see my work. But like, it started to be a thing where like if I in my first couple of years, like I would have my grandma, or sometimes it would be like my parents' friends or something, would be like, oh, I see your comics, I love them, I can tell people love them, I usually don't understand them so much. But I love to see what you're doing. And it kind of almost started to like bug me, not them saying that, but it almost was, I was like, well, I feel like I can write jokes that are more just like timeless or you know what I mean, that people can understand even if you don't know what 6'7" or some bullshit, you know what I mean? I want there to be some type of oh my God. I know we're not going on our 500 open tabs yet, but like I was debating talking about like 6'7" and shit.
I think I might have,
just because it's hysterical.
My kids won't stop saying it.
It's just crazy. I've come around on it that I actually think it's like hilarious. Now you get kids are just like zombified by 6'7". I don't know what is going on, but I kind of think it's funny. But anyway, so I there was a marked like interest of mine too. I was like, I would like to make comics that are still funny to young people, but that I can also get a text from my grandma where she's like, LOL, and she screenshots it because she understands. That's awesome. And not so that it appeals to old people, but something that just feels more like timeless. There's no evergreen in and out group. But I still do think that I have a little bit of like an unshakable, like North American 30-year-old millennial like voice attached to it. So that's just what it is. But I do actually try to appeal to like a wider age demo than just like the young people. So
you succeeded at it.
Thanks.
Cool. So what is your relationship like to tabs? Do you have a lot of tabs open? Are you a sociopath who doesn't have any of them open? What's your stance on all this?
I have 6 trillion tabs open.
Thank God. I was worried.
It's actually like insane. But I don't know if it's some type of omen or something. For some reason, I opened my computer today and my tabs had all been cleared. Like all
my God, what?
Had closed out. Yeah. And I was like, I'm actually piecing together again, like my email and my all my stuff that I always have sitting there. But there's some stuff that I was like, I don't know what I had open, and now it's gone. So I don't think there was nothing really valuable, but I am a little bit of a tab hoarder. So
same.
A moment of silence for your tabs.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Rest in peace.
They'll be back. I'm sure.
They'll be back soon.
They always grow back.
Do you have a sense of what they kind of all were roughly, or is it just all kinds of stuff? Can you give us like a broad overview?
I have like kind of at the left side of my tabs is all my it's all my business stuff. So I'm gonna have my Patreon open there, my email, Mr. Business. I have like my shop,
Mr. Business,
and, all that in one. And then on the right side, it's gonna be just junk, either like YouTube videos. Like I have a lot of YouTube videos that I've been listening to a lot of DJ sets while I draw. I don't know if you guys do that, but YouTube is like great for that. Yeah. Like really? YouTube will recommend. Like somebody will put together a DJ set, and it's not necessarily like fist bumping dubstep, although that does exist. But like you could, like it'll be any type of DJs. It'll be like a folk rock DJ set or whatever. But anyway, I think all my like playlists and stuff are gone. And then I usually also have like reference images for drawings that I'm making. But
always
I don't think I had any active ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's still devastating. I'm sorry for your losses.
It is.
And it's also relieving to know that, like, hey, you also are chaotic in the way that you open up references and stuff. Because I meet people who are like, I would never do that. And I'm like, I don't understand what do you mean?
What is the phone for otherwise?
Yeah, phone for tabs. Or they'll be like,
phone for tabs, Michael. Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you just bookmark them? And I want to explode because I'm like, if I bookmark them,
my bookmarks tab is too long. I don't have long bookmarks list. That sounds gross.
I may as well delete them if I bookmark them. Bookmarks also a trash can.
When you guys hit me up and you brought up that like the idea of going down a tab rabbit hole, I was actually thinking like, I should have kept open some of this, because some of that stuff also, like once you delete it, even if you learn something amazing, it just goes back to the recesses of your mind, and then until you're randomly at a party or some inappropriate setting to just like completely divulge all this information. Dump. But someone will be like, ooh, I wonder how whales evolved, and I'm like crazy, like, and I'm like, And that talking to that person in a corner for like 3 hours, like trying to explain to
You're
them
like, they
what
used to have
happened.
Legs. They all used to
exactly.
walk on land.
They all used to walk around. They look like squirrels. It's crazy.
Yeah. Kaveh did a tab about it.
Did you listen to that episode? Is that why you referenced that? Or is that just a random thing you brought up? That's funny.
I'm big into it. I'm glad I didn't go with that, knowing that you did a tab.
That's one of the earlier episodes I did about exploding whales. And so it started with how that happened. So you had to get into the evolution of why whales got so big and then why they explode on this. It's like it's like a 4th episode or something. It's one of the first ones we ever did.
It's the second episode.
Is it the second one?
It's the second episode.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
It's a good one.
We watched the video of the Oregon whale.
That's right.
Just exploding. And then you sent me a compilation to music of all the different whale.
It was like a death metal song or something in the background.
And I was like, this is great. This is amazing.
We're like, we know we're going to have a good show on our hands once we're watching death metal video explodings of whales exploding.
Exploding whales.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
But anyway, should we get into the tab you brought us? The deep dive you've gone on?
Sure, yes. I actually did write down notes on it. I love animals and I love all that stuff. But another thing that I love a lot is movies. I'm huge into movies. I love watching classic movies. Kind of the reason I started making comics in the first place was just an easier way than making a movie, basically, like, or short film. I just felt like I could do it by myself.
That's how I fell into it. I was tired of having to write stuff and pitch it. And I was like, I can just make a comic in the time that it takes me to put together or back it.
It's great. And you get like full creative control over it. You know, I do like some of that aspect over making comics. And I really didn't appreciate comics as an art form until like after I started, and I was like, I should really like actually read some like classic graphic novels and, you know, some like best all-time comics. And it's an amazing art form too. But anyway, always loved movies. And I don't know if you guys do this, but after I watch a movie, if I like it, but also especially if I hate it, if it's a terrible movie, I immediately go to Wikipedia and read the production notes. Like, how did it come about? Like, or development. You know what I mean? Yeah. Production. Who paid for this movie? Who's to blame? You know, and how did this happen?
Studio interference.
And there's a lot of it is studio interference. And something interesting I'd like to touch on later in this topic is now it's harder, I think, in the modern era to get production notes out of movies. Like, if a movie comes out and it's kind of like mid or it flops in office or something like that, and you go to the production notes, it's like an NDA thing. I feel like you just don't see. Whereas if you go to the 70s, if you're like, I want to hear how we made Chinatown or whatever, like some old movie, there'll be books about it, about every conversation that was had by the guy who brought coffee to the set. You know, like it's all documented. And so I love doing that, especially for old movies from 70s and 80s and stuff like that. So the way this came about, my open tab, but I'm going to do it chronologically. My open tab is for the 2005 Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because, not to bury the lead, we're going to start with the 72. We're going to start with, I think, 70, the original one, because it paints a picture for the second one. But this might come as a shock, not to bury the lead. This might come as a shock that although the Johnny Depp version, which I don't know if you guys remember. I remember when that one came out, everyone hated it.
Yeah.
I feel like it came out and people were like, it's creepy.
Yeah.
He's giving like child molesty vibes, but you know, something like weird. Like
he did.
It was weird. It was like over the top, and I think people were like, this doesn't hold a candle to the original.
When I saw his little bowl cut, little Squire Page bowl cut, I wanted to like leave the theater. I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah. It's wrong. It's upsetting, but it might shock you to know that is the version of the movie that was Roald Dahl approved, and that Roald Dahl disavowed the original Willy Wonka because it was so out of line with his original vision. But
don't tell me that.
It's an interesting tale with some interesting fun facts along the way. So starting just on the notes with the original Willy Wonka movie. Okay. When this one came out.
By the way, I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for this. I'm pumped.
This is left field, yeah.
Okay, this is pretty left field, right?
This is what we want.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you might think this was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
No one's brought production notes to the show yet. This is the first one.
Really? Yeah. Oh, no, I love it. It's my favorite thing. I love reading about movies and like the disasters that happen like along the way, because it's just like it's always crazy. There's always so much money involved. Tensions are high. You know, people like get in disagreements and all types of stuff, and like people are attached to productions and the last minute leave, and you don't even realize you dodged this universe where like, I can't spoil it, but you got to know some of the people that were trying to be Willy Wonka in the 2005 movie. Man, it's out of control.
Could have had Melissa McCarthy be Willy Wonka this whole time, but there was a contract negotiation last minute.
She'd do great.
I would watch that one. She actually would do well.
She would do well.
Her husband would have directed it. It would have been weird. It would have been totally off. Her husband's like in every movie that she does, and he ends up directing them. I forget his name. But she has some weird, like every contract, she's like attached to her husband having some role that's significant in every movie. It's the strangest thing. It's the only person I know in Hollywood who has that.
Good for her. Anyway,
go on. The original Willy Wonka movie, okay, I think it was 1972. I should probably look that up. Somebody
hang on,
fact check this. Willy Wonka,
which I still love, by the way. That movie is hysterical.
Oh my god. Oh, 1971.
Okay.
Oh, dude. I mean, the original Willy Wonka movie is like, I think, one of the best movies ever made. It's
good.
Just it's great. It's great. It's like weird. Gene Wilder is insane.
It's terrifying.
Like, the characters are iconic. The Oompa Loompas, everything's just so weird, and it's awesome.
I was gonna say, there's one thing I noticed when I watched it, like I think maybe 2 years ago was the last time I watched it. A lot of the opening 30 minutes, it legitimately feels like a Simpsons episode, because there's a lot of cutaways to like these random characters that have nothing to do with anything that build the world, and there's all these gags that like are just there, and they're just like cut, like quick, like non sequitur kind of stuff. It's really funny. It feels a lot more like Simpsons than anything else, I think.
That's very 70s too. To be like, why not do this? Who cares? we don't know how to make a movie quite well yet. Let's just throw it all in there.
Yeah, it has like a really interesting feel to it. I love all of the, like, I remember all of the chocolate. I can picture the actual chocolate in the movie, like in that opening scene, or not even the opening scene, the opening credits are like over a chocolate factory, and it's showing you like the chocolate like flowing over cookies and stuff. And I remember as a kid, you see that and you're just like, that looks amazing, that looks so delicious. And there's like the freaky ass scene where they're in the tunnel and all that, like there's just so much iconic like stuff that came out of it. So anyway, so it might surprise you to know this movie was funded by Quaker Oats, first of all. So this is that very first production note, is that they were I think it was a team of writers at Paramount. I think it was some type of development team in conjunction with Paramount. They went to Quaker Oats with Willy Wonka, the script, and they said, we want you to fund this movie for us. If you fund it, if you produce it for us, you can have the rights to the Willy Wonka chocolate bar, and you can make it basically a tie-in. If you want to produce the chocolate bar, you can make the movie as like an advertisement for this chocolate bar. And Quaker Oats said, that sounds amazing. Let's do it. So they funded it. Fast forward to the movie's release, there was a problem with the recipe of the chocolate bars, that they weren't shelf stable. They were melting at room temperature. They had to recall all of them before the movie came out, and they did not sell the chocolate bars in time for the movie release. They were not available. All that
for nothing.
So
what a disaster.
Totally bungled. The movie came out and it flopped originally. It came out in theaters. People didn't see it. It wasn't until like 10 years later on home video, when like home video became a thing in the 80s, people were rewatching it. And it's actually a cult classic. It became popular after the fact, which is crazy to think now, because it's just, for our lives, it's been popular. It's been like a worldwide known phenomenon. But when it first came out, not super popular.
For something so like integral to freaking children out, that surprised me. It's like, that's like one of the first movies I remember seeing and just being like, adults are scary.
It's scary. It's scary.
Adults are kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really scary. And actually, the weird part about it is that Roald Dahl disliked the movie so strongly because he felt that it wasn't like dark enough. Basically, he thought that the original book that he wrote was supposed to be kind of like dark comedy for kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, edgy, but so that kids could understand it. He's also British, and I think that's kind of like a British thing. You know what I know what I mean?
Did you guys ever read the book?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I read the book.
I don't think I ever read it. I don't remember.
It was darker. But there was also really weird parts. And then the second one,
weird stuff.
The Great Glass Elevator, that one was like, I was like, I don't know what's going on. It got all like philosophical, and I was like, I don't want to read this anymore. I'm going to read Stuart Little instead.
Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Or Garfield.
Roald Dahl, I read a lot of Roald Dahl as a kid. He has another book, Witches, which is really good. Yeah. And that one's dark. That's like the witches, I think, are eating kids.
They eat the kids.
They eat kids, but it's a children's book. It's like unthinkable by today's standards, kind of. But it's like, it is that type of dark art that kids can absorb and like understand. There was also like George's Marvelous Medicine. He's like trying to kill his aunt or something, right? Isn't he? Like he's trying to make a poison for his like terrible aunt, so she'll like kick the bucket.
There's a lot of dead adults and parents in all of his books.
Yeah, a lot of death and decay in Roald Dahl books. But
the British school system hurting children, which that's accurate.
Checks out.
Yeah,
checks out.
Yeah, he said he's like, I wrote Matilda because the British school system is so horrible, and I hate it so much, and no kid should ever have to go to school in Britain.
I didn't even think of Matilda.
Yeah,
but
no
he
kid
was
should
like,
ever have to live in Britain is essentially what I would think.
Well, his parents weren't even British; they immigrated. I don't know why I know so much about Roald. Oh, I do know why. Oh,
because it's about England. That's why.
No. It's because when I lived in Cardiff, they have a whole Roald Dahl plaza that they would have a food festival. Shush. This guy, man, he won't let me enjoy things. Shush. So they had a whole Roald Dahl food festival every summer, and that you'd go down and eat. Anyway, and I was like, why is this in Wales?
Beans and toast? What are you eating every time at a Roald Dahl food festival?
Probably. I didn't buy anything. I was broke. So I just watched people eat at the Roald Dahl food festival.
It's the saddest story I've ever heard.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard. A BLT, beans,
the BFG,
beans,
BFG, BLT,
BLT.
That's another Roald Dahl book.
Yeah, but, get with it, comic. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, so Roald Dahl disliked this original movie. He really disliked Gene Wilder as cast for. He thought that he was the wrong guy for the job, which is crazy because literally gives a perfect performance.
Oh yeah.
Roald Dahl, I think at this point, I don't know how old he was, but I think it's like, buddy, you need to step aside.
Down.
This is a little bit ridiculous.
I think Roald Dahl was just unhappy about most things at that point.
I think he was just cranky. Yeah, it's kind of the picture that it's painting. And so he didn't like the movie. He left like halfway through the production and said, "This is not my movie. I don't want anything to do with this." And so they were like,
"Whoa,
shoot, all right." So they basically made the rest of it without him. Anyway, movie comes out and it flops. Okay. Oh, by the way, all this is just setting the stage for the next movie to come out. It comes out and it flops, and Paramount, who owns the distribution at the time, decide not to renew. Like eventually, like after, I don't know, some arbitrary period of time that they signed some contract for to like own the Willy Wonka IP or the movie or whatever. I don't know, some Hollywood crap. The Paramount says we're not gonna renew, and it's bought for pennies by Warner Bros. Now,
Lucky.
Willy Wonka becomes popular at home viewing. People love it, and now Warner Bros. Gets it in their head. We want to make a new Willy Wonka movie. Oh, by the way, the book is named Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, that's right.
The first movie they call Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Quaker Oats said, "We will do this if we'll sell the Wonka bars, but you have to change the name to Willy Wonka because we want the name recognition."
Yeah.
So they said, okay. Now Warner Brothers owns it, and they're like, okay, we're going to make it. And the only way they're allowed to make it is with the approval from the Roald Dahl estate. This is part of their, this is part of it now. Roald Dahl dies in 1990. They approach his estate, which is his wife, Felicity, and his daughter, Lucy, in 1991. And they say, we want to remake the movie. And they say, that's fine, but we want to have full artistic control over the movie.
Dear
meaning,
Lord.
If anyone wants to be attached to this project, director, actor, whatever, they have to be approved by us. We have to say that's okay.
Nightmare.
And as a result of that, it remained in development hell for like over a decade, basically, because they just could not come to an agreement on who should be attached to this movie. But over time, Nicolas Cage was at one point supposed to play Willy Wonka.
I can see that.
He lost interest. Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese was set to direct for a period of time.
What?
Yes, and then I think he said, you know what, screw this, I'm over it. Let's see. Okay, and then most interestingly, Michael Jackson hears word. He hears word that Warner Bros. Is making a new Willy Wonka movie, and he says, mind you, he's I think currently he was at this time currently already in court on a child molestation charge, basically.
Yep.
Not a great look.
Number one or number two?
Yes, and he contacts Warner Bros. With like a pitch package. He says, I need you to let me play Willy Wonka. Here is an entire soundtrack that I recorded for the movie, for the 2005 Willy Wonka. Here you go. I recorded all of this. Warner Brothers receives the package. They listen to the music, and they're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
But
Michael, we need to have these songs. We really want to use these songs in the movie. You can't play Willy Wonka, but we want to have the songs in the movie. Michael Jackson is so upset that they reject him that he shelves the project, never to be heard again. So that is just it is lost media, unreleased.
Did anyone ever steal it and put it on the internet or anything?
To my knowledge, no, but maybe somebody did.
Any hackers listening, see if you can find it.
That's the vault. That is
Michael Jackson Willy Wonka soundtrack, please.
That is in the deepest, darkest Neverland vault.
Imagine
never to see the light of day.
The Neverland vault. I would never go to the Neverland vault except to retrieve that one. But imagine that Warner Brothers person just being like, this is the best soundtrack I've ever heard, but he's literally on trial for child molestation. We have to. What do we do?
What do we do? How do we make this work for everybody is what they're thinking. How do we make
this work? Yeah. I know. How do we make this work? And I mean,
there's no scruples or morals.
Yeah.
Right. Michael Jackson also he did work on like the Sonic 3. Like that was have you heard that? That's like a factoid that likes to float around the internet is that
he's got his fingers in a lot of stuff. I remember he auditioned for a bunch
bad
of
word
parts.
Choice.
Oh yeah, poor choice of words, but also, but he did a lot of random stuff, and one of those things was that he wrote some of the Sonic 3 songs, and if you listen to, I don't know if that's the exact game, but if
Sonic's
you look up
filled with bangers too. Yeah, there's so many good tracks. There's so many good songs in those games.
And when you're listening to it, you're like, oh shit, this is a Michael Jackson song.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell it's got that flair. Yeah. So that was
come on in the middle of the song, basically.
Yeah. Shimona. But
pretty good Michael Jackson, guys.
Yeah, I love seeing Sonic moonwalk across.
That would be cool.
All speed moonwalking, basically.
So anyway, eventually Tim Burton becomes attached to the project, and finally the Dahl estate, Felicity and Lucy, say, this is perfect. This is the guy that Roald would have wanted to direct this movie. And Tim Burton is like, well, no brainer. I'm bringing my guy Johnny Depp into this, who at the time, it's hard to remember now, at the time, he was like super hot because he was just coming off Pirates of the Caribbean. So Pirates of the Caribbean, he went crazy as Jack Sparrow. And so Tim Burton said, I want Johnny Depp to play this guy. And that made everybody happy. Dahl estate, Warner Bros., everyone was like, cool, let's do it. But if Johnny Depp had not been available, second choice for Tim Burton to play Willy Wonka, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not kidding.
What? We could have had that. We
almost had it.
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? He's cooking chocolate, obviously.
It's chocolate. Delicious chocolate candies. Yeah.
That was what the Dahl estate was like. Yeah, this will do if we can't get Johnny.
I don't know if that would have made it past Dahl approval. Like that would have probably been a tough sell. But these
are the people, by the way, that control the entire fate of everybody in Los Angeles, whether or not they get to work. Is the guy who went in and was like, The Rock needs to play Willy Wonka in the Tim Burton movie.
Right.
This will determine if my wife and I are employed for any number of months. Essentially, it's insane. These people are MBAs.
The crazy thing now is like, I will say this is kind of as the epilogue to my story, is that as I was looking through this, I completely forgot that there was a Timothée Chalamet entry into the Wonka franchise. And I saw that movie, but I forgot that it happened.
I think it was just last year, right?
Something like that, a year or two ago.
And I
blacked out. You blacked out when you watched
literally,
it.
as I was like looking at the 2005 Wikipedia page, and I saw that I was like, what? There's another Wonka movie? And I clicked it, and I'm like, oh, it's this fucking Timothée Chalamet one. I forgot that this existed. And
wow,
it just made me also think, like, media sucks now. I just was like, wow, you know what? Like, you look at the 2005 version, which it was largely disliked when it came out.
Yeah.
But, like, you cannot deny so much of what was in that movie became a cultural mainstay and, like, probably will even outlive a lot of the Gene Wilder moments because of just, like, some of that shit that happened in the more recent movie is just so, like, they were taking big swings there. Johnny Depp also seemingly doing a Michael Jackson impersonation.
I did remember thinking that too. Yeah, for sure.
Which is, I think, like, was an accusation kind of like hurdled. I mean, I don't know about an accusation, but they were kind of like, this is kind of Michael Jackson-esque. Weren't you thinking about putting Michael Jackson in this movie? But
I bet he was so mad. I bet Michael Jackson was so mad.
I would be.
Oh yeah, he probably was pissed. He was like, "That's literally me. That
I would have
been me
done
in that movie.
Yeah,
I would have done that." Woo! But I was just like thinking, like, it's such a shame that, I don't know, Willy Wonka is such an interesting franchise. The character of Willy Wonka is really bizarre and kind of apt right now, almost in the face of all of this discussion about, like, billionaires and, like, how weird they are. That, like, Willy Wonka, I think, was effectively in the first two, the Gene Wilder movie and the Johnny Depp movie, like, they captured the eccentric billionaire thing like really well in that. He's kind of like short-sighted and childish and like stunted developmentally,
kind of sociopathic and
How
and it's
money
like,
can isolate you.
He's almost like kind of like, I mean, especially in the Johnny Depp one. The reason this came about in the first place is because I had rewatched it like a couple months ago. And I remember thinking, like, you know what? This movie gets a little bit too much shit because
interesting.
It's actually an interesting movie. It's not like an unbearable watch by any means. I think there are funny moments, and Johnny Depp is doing a really weird character that is very iconic in that movie. And anyway, the new Wonka movie, it holds up. I think it holds up because it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes with really old media, when they're taking really big swings, they feel modern now because you're just like, that was so odd. So even in 2005, people weren't ready for it then. You know,
for the Johnny Depp.
They weren't ready for that.
I
don't
certainly
think they'd be
wasn't
ready for it now either. But it stands out now because you look at it and you're like, this is weird. This was also at a time where it was, now the meme is so dead that like Hollywood just keeps regurgitating the same IPs over and over again. Mm-hmm. But in 2005, when that movie came out, you were like, what? They're remaking a movie from the 70s? Like Willy Wonka? This
that
is
everyone
so
already loves.
You know what I mean? It was still early.
Yeah,
it was early. Now, as soon as something comes out, you're like, okay, count down the days until they remake this crap. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen. They're doing it now with Harry Potter. It's like, dude, the last movie didn't even come out. And I mean, what the hell? Like, you got to give it some breathing room.
I was like, Harry Potter, the TV show, another 10 plus years of waiting for releases, or like, I'm like not in the fandom anymore. But if I had been in it, I would have been like, I would be so mad. I'd be like, are you kidding? We have the movies. They're fine.
But they just don't care about. They just don't care about like revitalizing.
No.
They want to revitalize the popularity, but they don't want to do this thing that I think the 2005 one did with Willy Wonka, which was, let's take a crazy swing at this and just do something that will surprise people. You know. Yeah. So anyway, that's my Willy Wonka spiel.
I do remember thinking that his. The dentist angle was really funny with him with like perfect teeth and his dad putting him in like weird headgear and it being Christopher Lee.
So good.
That whole subplot to me was like the thing. I don't remember any of the movie, but I do remember that. That's the thing that stuck out to me as being like a strange and very twisted setup for it that I actually really liked.
and I think was made it more of an interesting portrait for Willy Wonka as a character, as this kind of like isolated loner. He has no family. He disrespects all of these kids' parents because he doesn't like his own parents.
Oh,
so like, you know what I mean? And it's just
you're
like,
right.
It's weird. Like he's isolated. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10 movie or anything, but it's like there are themes in that are interesting that they're playing on that are explored in the first one too. But I think really like, they crank it up for the 2005 one, which in my opinion totally lost in the Chalamet version. It's just like
I've heard the Chalamet version is
I also forgot that it came
forgettable. Like completely.
I want to say it's the guy that did Paddington directed it. I think. What? Isn't Paddington 1 and 2? Paddington 1 and 2, excellent films, by the way.
Really?
Interesting. That, not ironically, they're amazing. Paddington 2 especially. It's so good.
I've heard they're good. The Wonka thing is I wouldn't even blame any individual, like not the director or anything. It's just it's a studio thing. Like that's like, we really want it to appeal to a lot of people. You can't make it weird. You can't make it, you know what I mean? So it's colorful, but it's not like, Timothée Chalamet is like, he plays like the muted, like brooding sullen young guy. Like,
Sullen's perfect.
Like Willy Wonka is like a zany ass. He's crazy,
psycho, billionaire.
A crackhead. Yeah, you gotta have somebody else who can turn it up.
Should have had Elon play him.
We should make a new
Willy
one.
Willy Wonka purchases Twitter so he can distribute his.
No, I know that's like Willy Wonka definitely makes it's like what if billionaires were at least doing something interesting instead of trying to like just kill everyone and like, ruin everything.
Yeah. We should make a new one where all the Oompa Loompas just like form a union,
revolt,
and then become co-owners of the factory.
That is something I forgot to mention.
Communist Willy Wonka.
In the first, the 1971 version, while that movie was in production, the book was under scrutiny from the NAACP because Oompa Loompas in the original draft of the book, I think they changed it, but they were described as like African pygmies or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Can't do that. And so they revised it for them to be like orange with green hair in the movie. And apparently Roald Dahl liked that so much that he revised the book to describe them that way. I think if you get the book now, they are described the way they appear in the movie.
What a relief.
Yeah, it's actually probably a good change. Yeah. But then I just learned this as well. One other side note. I learned in 2003, quietly, they removed the word fat to describe Augustus Gloop. They said this is not appropriate anymore, and they got rid of the word fat to describe Augustus Gloop.
But it's like
Willy Wonka.
Accurate descriptor. Like even fat people are like, just say fat.
Like, his BMI was 37.
I don't know. The soft America strikes again. That's all I got to say.
He's technically obese, according to his pediatrician.
It's just like, what the hell? And the reason I learned about that is because I was on the Wikipedia page for the actor who played the original when he was a child. He played the original Augustus Gloop, who never took another role.
I'm sure.
He's just a German accountant, and that's it. And apparently they asked him, what do you think about the fact that they removed the descriptive word fat from Augustus Gloop's character in the book? And he said, I don't agree with that. They should have kept it the way it was.
The very German accountant answer.
Very. He looks up.
I was almost considering doing like a German accent, and I was like, I am not even going to try. I don't even think I can do that.
I can't do one, but Cafe here can do a pretty good range of accents.
Yes.
Oh, really?
It is accurate.
There's pretty good.
That's good.
I love how much your Wikipedia rabbit holes work like mine. Like I go off on these tangents and little tiny side notes. So the way you're describing this is just like, yes, it's like giving me dopamine. So
I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I definitely encourage people to read movie production notes. They're really fun and usually sound like a miserable time for the people involved. So you get some kind of like Schadenfreude out of that.
Thank you, Mr. Harris, for giving us a Mr. Willy Wonka, Mr. Tab, talking about Mr. Johnny Depp and Mr. Michael Jackson and all that.
I love when
Mr.
people
The Rock
come on the show and just go completely the other way from what you see them online. Like I know you through your comics, and like I just love that you're like, get this. Guess who was almost Willy Wonka?
Huge fan.
The Rock.
Willy Wonka 2005.
I wanted to kind of take something out of left field. I
Love
Not
it.
even this popped into my head, and I just feel like it needs to be recorded, even though it's completely irrelevant. But I have I just
It's the premise of our podcast.
Yeah.
I have another movie thing.
Okay.
That I have this working theory. It doesn't always work. There's some outliers, but I have a working theory about Will Smith movies.
Oh.
That the title of the movie, the closer that it falls to the middle of the alphabet, the better the movie is. But if you get to the outskirts, like ABC or XYZ, these are the worst Will Smith movies. So I'm going to throw some random ones at you. Okay, you have After Earth.
Oh yeah,
okay? Bad. Aladdin. Bad, right? Or at least I didn't see the movie, but I know that people were clowning what he looked like in the remake. So is that one? He was in. Let's see. And on the other end we have
1, 2, and 3.
Wild West. Oh, Bad Boys is an outlier. Here are the ones that I consider good Will Smith movies: Hitch.
I was about to say
Men
Hitch.
in Black. I Am Legend.
Oh yeah.
These are like. You see how we're getting like
middle
close
of the
to
alphabet.
I, Robot. We're getting close to like the middle here. It's
Hancock's
not a perfect
the first
theory.
half was great, and then the second half of Hancock was
that one
really
kind of fell
left
off.
field.
That's true. Anyway, working theory. I don't have all the facts in front of
BeetleMoses
me. But
hot take.
this is just something that I felt I should put out there. Interesting take. I never see people talk about it.
The
Men in
Will
Black is
Smith
smack in the
Index.
middle and the best out of all of his movies. I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This movie's
So
the
anyway,
first one.
the
Still
Will
one of
Smith
the best
Index is
movies
a
of that
thing
decade.
now. We gotta
Yeah,
we
Will
gotta bring
Smith
it in.
Index.
That's funny
Worth
because
exploring.
I couldn't, with gun to my head, I would be like, I don't know what he's been in. Hitch.
He's been in
Hitch.
some weird ones.
Yeah.
There another one like Concussion or something.
Yeah.
A movie of that, and I think that was pretty panned. I think people did not like that one. There's something else at the end of the alphabet that I'm forgetting.
People.
I'm excited for the Discord
Z.
to get in on this. and
Everyone's
start-
yelling at the speakers
gonna-
right now, being like, "He was in this movie."
I hope so wait, what about this one? Yeah,
This is
6
gonna
Degrees
be
of Separation.
excellent.
Yeah, he was in a million films at one point. There was a period where Will Smith was the highest paid actor in Hollywood. Although I will say this, I do know
Wow.
that him and his agent sat together and they made like a formula for what they thought would make him the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And it
Really?
had to do with certain themes, like it has to be sci-fi, it has to be like broad, it has to have this much of a
Wow.
budget. So like he figured that out, which is why he was in a string of all those hits. So I wonder if there's a correlation with that and your theory about like I could see them getting down to the T of being like it has to be a title that's like in the middle of the alphabet. As
In the
opposed to
middle of the
beginning. I
alphabet.
would not put it past them to do that. Ironically, you know who took over that
Actually
role
crazy.
Who?
is The Rock. The Rock is now the person that basically
Yes.
has taken a bunch of those massive films in that
Oh,
same
yeah.
kind of genre, and then now The Rock is sort of on his way out. So I think now
Yeah,
those things
he's-
aren't going
he's
to be
kind
around.
of- He's kind of fading out now. It's interesting with The Rock that like I think people now realize when he's in a movie, it's usually not going to be very good. And which is a shame because actually I didn't see The Smashing Machine, but I was like, this is interesting for him to do. He looks different, like a dramatic role. But I
Yeah.
heard that one didn't do so well in like box office. Not that that always matters, doesn't mean everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, Rock's kind of on the way out.
Anyway, thank
I'm
you
so
for that one.
glad.
That was wonderful.
That was amazing. I'm
Thank
glad you brought
you.
movie discussion to the show because
Me too.
Me
I
too.
don't. I don't ever. Except for the time I
okay.
talked about Roar, the movie Roar.
That's true. That was exciting. I was very excited for
one-
that. If you
which one's
enjoyed that discussion, you can probably sense that we probably cut some of it for the Patreon, which if you have not done so and you're still listening, please go sign up for the Patreon.
Yes.
You can have some exclusives like at-length discussions about movie budgets and I don't know,
Yeah.
Will Smith. I'm not sure what we're going to cut yet, but it'll be in there. Hannah, do we have any new patrons this week?
I didn't check, so we will have
Okay.
to wait until next week. So
Shout out to the new patrons. Thank you for signing up. Sorry, we didn't remember to say your name this time, but you can sign up at patreon.com/500 open tabs. Give us a little, listen, don't let Johnny Depp and The Rock and Timothy Chalamet make all the entertainment money. Instead
Yeah.
of spending your money on a
No.
ticket there, give it to us so that we
Yeah.
can continue bringing a
Yes.
mid podcast with tens of listeners.
with one listener, and it's Harris,
One
and
listener.
he's here
That's
now.
right,
Yeah.
Harris. I'm so
Yeah,
excited
I'm gonna
to
be listening
finally meet
back
our
to
one
this.
fan.
I'm going to listen back to this episode about me talking about Willy Wonka and pretend I hadn't heard any of it and be like,
He's like,
Oh
whoa,
my God, what?
Michael Jackson? No way.
Michael Jackson wasn't allowed on the movie about
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, that's actually Hannah and I QCing this like every episode because by the time it's recorded and we have to listen to it like a week later, we've forgotten everything we talked about. So,
that's awesome.
Like I forget about things a worrying amount of times.
Yeah,
like
me too.
So I'll like type in like, why do I have a bad memory? Do I have some sort of tumor? And then Google's always like, you probably have ADHD. And I'm like, great, I knew that already.
The links are all like purple because you've already clicked on them, and you're like, no.
That's good.
They're like, it lists all my disorders. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's gonna go next? Or, I can't remember who went first last week.
I think you went first last time we had with Alyssa. So how about I go first?
You go first. Okay. What do you have for us, dude?
All right. So for my tab this week, I was just doing some general browsing, and there was something that showed up in two different disparate forms. So rather than doing a proper subject tab, I thought I'd just cover both of them because, of course, it's funny and it's dumb. Nice. And both involve members of the Elephantidae family. How do you say it? Elephantidae, like the family of elephants.
Oh,
like the
I thought
umbrella.
you meant like an actual human family, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Elephantidae. Elephantidae family.
Sounds like a magazine.
Yeah.
Today and Elephant Today.
Elephant Today. What's
how
new
you can
in the
stimulate
world of
your man in bed.
Why is it Cosmo?
What are you reading as a print magazine? That's all I look at.
Covetarian. Loves Elephant Cosmo.
Loves Cosmo. Yes, Elephant Cosmo.
Okay.
As well as gourds, which are like pumpkins and squash.
Yeah.
And all that.
Where are we going with the... Okay, all right.
So these stories aren't directly related, but they are tied to each other thematically.
Okay.
And they both begin with a question. The first story has to do with, how did pumpkin pie become such a thing that's associated with Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And the second, what exactly do people do with all those leftover pumpkins once Halloween is over?
Oh.
We're going to get there. It's not going to make any sense, but it will.
We went to a pumpkin patch, and while my kids were literally swimming in a pool made of corn kernels because they did that because they're psychopaths.
That sounds fun.
No.
That's great.
I found corn in my dryer, my washer. I found corn in my shoes. Anyway.
Toss it in your dryer. You got free popcorn. What's the problem?
It was fun for them, but I was looking at all the pumpkins, and I was like, where do they put all of these when they're done? Because for sure there's too many.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
and I'll get to it.
Way too many.
Interesting.
Okay.
And if you don't get your pumpkin at like Costco, also you're gonna pay like $40 at one of those pumpkin patches. It's kind of crazy.
It's bad. Or go on the 30th. Go on the 30th, and the guy's like, you can have it for $5. And I was like, great.
I don't care. I'm gonna get rid of these.
Pumpkinflation. That bubble's gonna burst.
Pumpkinflation.
We're close. We're close to that bubble bursting.
It better. All of us small business pumpkin farmers are really... I don't know what I'm talking about. Go on.
That's true.
The corporate pumpkins are taking over.
It's like Big Pumpkin instead of Big Pharma.
Yeah, Big Pumpkin is trying to sell you something all the time.
That's good.
Did you know that they don't know how big pumpkins can get? Because we've never known.
Oh, they get huge.
No, we've never...
we've never limited.
We don't know we don't know the cap, how big it can get.
They've just gotten bigger, and we don't know how big they can get.
What are we doing here? Why are we sending people to Mars? We should be figuring out how big a pumpkin can get.
We can make our own new planet out of a pumpkin.
Pumpkin planet!
Pumpkin planet!
Yes!
Sounds like a theme park.
It does.
Speaking of Roald Dahl, James and the Giant Pumpkin? That's better than Peach.
I know, agree.
But James and the Giant. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That would be dope. And actually more botanically accurate. If he was on a giant
Peaches
pumpkin,
don't grow in southern England. Anyway.
They're also not hollow.
Kaveh, please go on. I'm sorry.
No, I'm loving where this is going. We've just come up with a theme park and like a ripoff of a Roald Dahl story. So let's just see how much more copyright infringement we can engage on. Okay, so thousands of years ago in North America, squash was very different. It was about the size of a baseball and surrounded by bitter, toxic flesh.
Oh.
Which... not exactly the makings of a delicious pie unless you're trying to kill someone, which these days I kind of get it. But the bitterness was caused by a compound called, again, forgive me, cucurbitacin. I'm not a science guy. All right, I'm not Bill. Okay. I can't tell you.
Sounds like a name. President Cucurbitacin.
Cucurbitacin. Let's go. Bidacin. This was also a toxin. So it gave it a bitter taste and it made it a toxin. So it was not good. So this acted as the plant's natural defense against small herbivores and rodents, which would have tried to eat it. Because again, it's not very large. And while all those little critters and rodents were pickier than my wife, who unlike me refuses to eat poisoned food, despite the fact that it's readily available and I don't care about it being delicious. I just want my stomach to stop yelling at me. The larger animals were far less
discerning. She's too good for it?
She's like, I'm a foodie. I can't just eat poison squash. I need something that won't make me shit my brains out.
It's not what I heard.
Yeah.
She eats poison squash with me all the time.
That's true. She does. Because it's like, put into like a fun little Instagram video where they like, make it all pretty and then they like drizzle it in some sort of garlic aioli or something.
They douse it in cheese and burgers.
Oh,
gross.
Toxic pumpkin burgers are my absolute favorite, especially with elephant meat. Please talk over me.
Why are you trying to cut? You're getting me to cut off the best part. Elephant meat. Let's go. Let's hear it. What do you want to do with it?
Let's hear it.
I don't know. What does it taste like?
I don't know. Did people ever eat elephants? I'm sure they have.
I'm about to open another tab. People?
Guarantee.
I'm sure people have eaten elephant.
Eat elephant.
I imagine the meats.
Now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's illegal at this point.
Probably illegal now, but I'm sure there was a time where people tried it.
Oh, yeah. That's why mammoths no longer exist.
That's actually not true. Yeah. From what I've read.
Noise. Oh, really?
What?
Yes. That's not the main reason, apparently, why mammoths went extinct.
We didn't eat them to death?
We did not eat them to death, from what I understood as I was trying to research stuff. Anyway, whatever. Let me finish this. So,
okay.
The big animals were far less discerning. So I'm talking, of course, about our hairy elephant friends, the woolly mammoth. That's what we're talking about, actually. I know they're not technically elephants, but what are you going to do about it? It's right. You're extinct, so
they're
eat
dead.
Shit. Good luck. Yeah, whatever. Have fun. So the woolies, they went to town on these ancient squash because, of course, they couldn't taste the bitterness, but also the susurabatasin, let's go, Brandon, whatever, toxin that it was in, had no effect on them. It did
Helicopter
nothing.
pylori.
Really?
Helicopter pylori, yeah.
Oh, so it's like goats and eating poison oak, poison ivy. They can just eat it.
Oh, right. Their stomachs can just process it, essentially. Yeah.
That's
I think that's why they put them in the hills and they're like, here, go, like, clear out these paths so we can go here without getting covered in poison.
That's why they're the goat.
That's why they're the goats.
There it is.
The mammoths, they're popping these things left and right like they were popcorn shrimp at an all-you-can-eat buffet, just going to town. And much like an all-you-can-eat buffet, it totally gave them the shits.
Oh.
And thus, just like our friends Lewis and Clark, these mammoths were strutting around North America, shitting out gourd seeds wherever they went.
Wow.
That's like a Johnny Appleseed with like IBS, except it's a mammoth.
That's
I wonder if Johnny Appleseed did have IBS this entire time, but we just didn't diagnose it correctly.
I don't think he's real.
You don't think so? Wow, you heard it here first, folks. Johnny Appleseed.
Somebody's
Hoax.
Pissed about that.
Yeah.
Somebody's pissed.
Someo's writing an insane email right now being like, actually,
he was my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Yeah.
I have photos.
I have a census record of him. Anyway.
Yeah.
They're shitting, and what's even better, there's Jurassic Park Triceratops-sized shits surrounding all these new seed piles, right? Because mammoths are big.
Yeah.
So now you got some of the best fertilizer ever that can help them grow.
Wow.
And so the plants keep propagating, more mammoths find and eat it, etc., etc., etc.
Crazy.
And this, of course, is very common in nature. You know, birds do this all the time. Somebody will go eat something in one place, and then they'll fly somewhere else, and then they'll shit it out. And then it's like, this is how these plants spread. So everyone's laughing and riding and gourd-holing except Buster. But eventually, the mammoth population starts to dwindle. And unlike what you were saying earlier, Hannah, it was not because of hunting. This is actually a result of climate change brought about by gigantic multinational corporations like Chevron and Saudi Aramco. They've just never, ever conceded.
We've never learned.
Oil spills everywhere, you guys.
BP,
nonstop.
Man.
It's always been a problem in this country.
As their numbers climate change took them out?
Oh, yeah. Climate change and also, giant multinational corporations destroying everything and making them worse. Yes.
Wow.
Accurate.
The ExxonMobils. The ExxonMobils of the day didn't allow it to happen.
The lobbyists.
And, as their numbers are tanking, so do the numbers of the old-timey squash, because no one's doing these like eating and shitting cross-country marathons anymore. And don't forget, humans, they actually overlap with mammoths for quite a bit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And even if they hadn't managed to capture them and make them dance for the three-ring circus, humans did come across the effects of all the mammoth shitting.
Okay.
And initially, humans probably just found the squash and ate the seeds. But over thousands of years, they started to breed more desirable varieties. And as such, domesticated squash started to get bigger and sweeter, like pumpkins and butternut squash.
Oh.
Then, you're going to love this part, Hannah, of course, the British discovered, quote unquote, America.
Accusations. I feel bad. He has no idea that we constantly... Never mind.
Anglophile. He listened to it. He's the one who's listened to all of our episodes. He probably knows it.
Yeah, every single one.
Every single one of them.
I listen. I do 2 episodes at once because I have one playing in this year. One playing
you're listening
double
to one right,
the amount of nonsense I've
learned right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be funny if we did that old school style. It'd be like Hannah's voice is panned left and mine's panned right, and you can hear like both tabs at the same time for each episode.
That'd be crazy. That'd actually be cool.
Nonsense.
Anyway, so the British, Hannah's heroes, they discover, quote unquote, America. And of course, at that time, the native populations had been using methods like the Three Sisters, which is awesome and fascinating. Have you guys heard of the Three Sisters?
Oh, yeah. The corn, the 3 staple foods, right?
Yeah. I've had this tab open for a long time, and I won't get into it now. But basically, they figured out a way. Yeah. Squash, corn, and beans, they got them all to work together to grow successfully. It's actually really interesting, but that's another talk for another day.
When the British got there, they were like, these guys are huge and powerful. And the Native Americans were like, who are these wimpy, hairy freaks that are walking onto our land? Because the British had a really unbalanced diet because they lived in like cold nowhere place. But the Native Americans had a really solid diet that they got everything they needed. And so they were healthy, better, more healthy, taller, more adaptable. Anyway.
Sunlight that's not all like overcast and like, you know, they're not eating whatever. What was it called? Canned eel or whatever the shit.
Jellied eel.
Jellied eel. Sorry, they're not eating jellied eel. They're eating like real food. So, like you said, these pasty people who have never seen the sun and never had like a balanced diet come and they look at the natives and they're like, okay, guys, we'll take it from here. And in 1796, Amelia Simmons published the seminal book. It was called American Cookery, which featured pumpkin recipes. And the next thing you know, Starbucks, they're serving pumpkin spice lattes to General Washington. It becomes like this phenomenon. People love it.
Wow. So it's that far back that we started eating pumpkin in the way that we
I mean, basically they came to the New World and they're like, oh my God, there's all this pumpkin. What is this? How do we use this? What is this new resource that we haven't really? So they just like took it and they pumpkin maxed it. I don't know, to use another term that you young people, Harris, might use.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pumpkin maxing. That is awesome. That is really interesting though. I never knew the history of pumpkins.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm not the biggest pumpkin fan, like pumpkin flavor stuff.
Oh,
like
really?
I don't really go for the pumpkin spice latte so much, but I know people go crazy for it.
I think it kind of tastes like chemicals.
It's not even pumpkin, basically. It's like a mixture of
That's not even
spices.
pumpkin, really.
There's
there's got to be some essence of it somewhere, right?
Pumpkin expert Covetarian.
Yeah. In this episode, I am, unfortunately. But then in the mid-1800s, Sarah Josepha Hale begins her great campaign to make Thanksgiving a proper holiday, which, of course, she succeeded. And now pumpkin pie is as American as apple pie. Bada bing, bada boom. We're eating pumpkin pie every fall.
Oh.
Wow.
And so there's mammoths.
Crazy.
So how do the mammoths play into... Okay, go on.
No, I'm saying go ahead. What were you going to ask?
How do they... So them pooping out all these seeds helped the pumpkins develop.
It was a common vegetable across America because mammoths were eating the pumpkins and shitting out the seeds all over the place.
Wow.
So they found a way to make it edible for humans and turn it into pie.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
That's amazing. Oh, I appreciate that.
That is really when life gives you mammoth shit. You make pumpkin pie.
You make pumpkin pie.
You make pumpkin
Put that
pie
on a bumper sticker.
When life gives you mammoths.
That is really just the beauty of the human
I feel
spirit,
so inspired right now. Yeah. I'm going to keep going, man.
I think I can live. I think I can wake up every day now knowing that if I could be anything like a mammoth and spread delicious pumpkin through my shit.
It's true.
I'm not even going to finish that.
You never know what type of seeds you may be laying.
You never know who you might be
As
helping.
Forrest Gump's mama used to always say.
Right, exactly.
Life is like a pile of mammoth shit. You never know which seed you're going to get.
Oh, boy. I love that part of the movie.
That was in the show notes, remember? I remember reading about it. They had to cut it because Sally Field refused to do it. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to keep going. So the second story has to do with modern pumpkins and modern elephants. Unsurprisingly, much like we were saying after Halloween, there are quite a bit of pumpkins left over. And obviously, the ones that you carve turn to shit like immediately, and people just throw them away, but that's barely a dent in the problem. And the pumpkin patches can use the leftover plant seeds that will come in handy for the next season. But there's a problem with the average consumer who has no idea what to do with all those extra pumpkins.
Yeah.
And many people simply toss them in the trash, which, as it turns out, is not a good thing to do because it ends up in a landfill. And when it's in the landfill, pumpkins will release like methane and a bunch of gases into the ozone, which is obviously not great.
What?
And
not good.
It's not good. You shouldn't do that. And also, we can't really eat them.
Ago.
Did you really?
Yep.
And it's part of the problem, guys. You heard it here first.
Yeah,
Cancel me.
Yeah. Oh, thanks ExxonMobil, Hannah Hillam. That's the new corporation that's going to start ruining our environment.
Billionaire Hannah Hillam.
Look at me. It's just so much money. And all of it from pumpkins.
Hannah in the pumpkin factory going around creeping out kids.
Pumpkins. I'm just going to throw these out.
Hannah and the pumpkin factory? Is that what you just said?
Let them eat pumpkin.
Sorry, Harris, what were you saying?
Wait, so what can you do with them?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you're going to do.
What do you do?
You're going to take them to your local zoo.
I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, much to Billy Corgan's chagrin, zoo animals love to smash pumpkins.
Oh, good one.
Pumpkins are given to physically and mentally stimulate the animals with items that they don't regularly see. And what's better, they're fine for many animals to eat. And they're even full of fiber and beneficial nutrients, which is why some people use them to soothe pets with upset stomachs. And let me tell you, if you're feeling down and sad, just Google animals smashing pumpkins and watch your mood turn around completely. It's funny as shit. So I'm going to send you some pictures.
Wow.
Oh, cute. I do have a pumpkin.
First one.
Cool.
I have a couple pumpkins I haven't smashed. Sorry.
Yeah, I have a pumpkin sitting on my doorstop right now. That was not. We didn't carve it into a jack-o'-lantern, so he's still kicking right now.
Oh, they're so happy! Look at these elephants. Oh, cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute. Oh, the meerkats.
Oh, they're all into it.
Wow.
Okay, I might need to do this.
You know what? These animals are enriched.
They are.
They're actually having a good time. This elephant stepping on the pumpkin is like having the time of his life right now.
It looks like he's smiling. That monkey, the ape, whatever it is.
I know, the monkey is so cute.
He's like
oh my God.
He's like gutting it. Oh, the polar bear. That's a great photo.
Right?
The polar
it's
bear
crazy.
one.
Yeah. Great animal photography at work here.
Yeah.
100%. It's like these great
awesome.
bright orange pumpkins that they're with. It's a lot of fun.
I love pumpkins.
Great photos.
I think.
I thought you guys would like them.
These
Each one
are
of these tells like a
incredible.
really funny story.
That's so
awesome.
Cute. Okay, I might take them. I might do this. Take them down to the nearby zoo. I think we have a zoo nearby.
I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's like a big thing for them where like, there's the Detroit Zoo, there's the Oakland Zoo, there's the Philadelphia. It's like all these zoos do like a thing where they'll have people bring pumpkins and it helps people show up to the zoo and like increase attendance and stuff, and they'll take donations and it becomes like a little event for people to come see the animals, and the animals are like stoked because they're looking at this cool bright orange thing that they've never seen, and they break it and eat it, and it's a good time.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Full
the next
circle.
time, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought was fun. They're thematically, those two stories were related. But the next time you take a bite out of a delicious pumpkin pie, take a moment to thank all those mammoths that shit their brains out for you to enjoy it.
Thank you, mammoths. Thank
My
you.
heart is touched. My heart goes out to all those mammoths who made it possible.
That is actually, I'm going to remember that factoid.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting one.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see it in a BeetleMoses comic one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Actually, it is kind of like on theme for a lot of.
It is. It's very on brand for me.
You do draw a lot of animals. I'm just realizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm big into animals. I love them. I think they're cool. I think they're funny.
I agree.
So yeah, I incorporate them a lot in my comics if I can.
It's better than. I like drawing animals because I don't want to draw humans. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'll just draw myself, and then it's like, ew, I'm sick of drawing myself, or like, little people. But it's fun to like put human emotions on animals.
Yeah, anthropomorphize them is always fun.
Yeah.
Totally.
Anyway, that's my tab. I thought it was fun. I thought you guys would enjoy it, which it sounds like you guys did.
I did.
Love it. Yeah.
I will start mine then. So
yeah, Hannah, what have you got for us?
Before I get into it, last week I said that I was going to do a follow-up or a second part to the one I did last week and talk about Leon Theremin, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save that for next week. So sorry for blue-ballsing all the Theremin lovers out there, but
Tens of listeners, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll have to
come
wait.
back next week. Also, there's way too much about him to even start talking about in any short amount of time. Anyway, so instead, I've had this article open for so long, and I'm going to read you the title of the article, and it is "World's Tallest Man Saves Dolphins" by Peter. You know where this is going?
I think I do. I think I remember this.
Yeah, by Peter Walker for The Guardian in 2006. So this is going back to like, look, Willy Wonka had just come out. Everyone was hating it. They open up the newspaper and they see this and they think there is hope in the world. So we're going to start, before I get into the dolphin rescuing, we're going to start talking about the world's tallest man at the time, which was, why didn't I write his name? Oh, I did write his name down. My bad. His name was Xishun, and he's a Mongolian guy who lives in Inner Mongolia in China. He had normal-sized parents, so he was born and he was like a normal-sized person until he was like 16. And then he shot up and eventually reached the height of 7 feet 8 inches.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, 7 foot 9 inches. So he is.
That's crazy.
Gigantic. I'm going to send you guys a photo of him next to his wife. He's almost 8 feet tall.
Whoa.
She goes up to his nipple, I think, his armpit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you sent this picture and she was just 1 inch taller than him. Like,
I finally found my tall queen.
There's his hands.
Tall queen. Oh my God, this guy's massive.
He's massive.
Wow, that's crazy.
So Bao, he was like this really shy kid, and he's still a very shy adult. And he had a really normal childhood, a happy childhood with like 5 other siblings, his parents, and he was recruited. Oh, sorry. He's shy, like I said. So it was unfortunate that when he got tall, everyone just looked at him all the time and gawked and took pictures and approached him, which is a shy person's absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
And he was recruited to the People's Army, where he played on their basketball team. So the Chinese army has a basketball team. Didn't know. And he said it was the happiest he'd been and that all he wanted to do was play basketball professionally.
Yeah.
And he was good at it. Yeah. So, but soon his legs got too tall.
He's 8 feet tall. Of course he's good at it. He doesn't have to do anything. You just toss it up to him and he's like...
He's too tall for basketball.
He takes like 2 steps across the court and he's there at the opposite end.
His legs, so when you're that tall, your legs can't support your whole body. Like you start to really you're just too tall to function. And so his legs start giving out and he has to start using a cane around this time. So he was really sad because he couldn't be a basketball player. And he wanted to find a wife and settle down and become employable, but none of that really happened. He kind of like had odd jobs around. He was a herdsman. He worked at a restaurant. He worked at the hospital, and he got really withdrawn because just nothing was really working out for him. He wanted a family. And then his mother died at the age of 40, when he was 40, and he sort of just shut himself off from the world until right before Willy Wonka came out in 2004. He was noticed by a restaurateur in the area in Xifeng, which is the city he lived in. And this restaurateur was like, dude, you're so tall. Everyone's going to come to the restaurant if you're standing outside of it. So I'm going to hire you. Oh my God. And you're just going to tell everybody that you're tall because you ate here. And
that's crazy.
He was like, sure. So this got him a ton of attention. And it was good. Like, people were like, oh, I want to be just like this guy. I want to eat at this restaurant. And he was able to like go to a doctor because he had the money, and he wanted to figure out what was going on with him because like his legs were giving out, and he's like, I'm just too tall to function. And the doctor says, you're actually completely normal. There's no hormonal issues. There's no gigantism. This was natural growth, which was really random.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't usually hear that because like, if you have gigantism, you don't really live beyond 40. And this guy's still alive, and he's 72. So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
He's completely like normal growth. And so he was like relieved because he's like, cool, I still have my life. I'm not going to die. And a local newspaper at the time was like, we got to get this guy submitted to the Guinness Book of World Records. He's got to be the tallest guy in the world. So they do. He's flown to London. They confirm it. They measure him.
Does he fly coach? How do you fly to London when you're 8 feet tall?
I don't know.
Seriously.
Actually.
You got to lay him down.
Seriously. Like, you're going to go in the cargo hold?
Yeah.
So here he is in London with the guy who gave him the award, who is 6'1". And what I love about him is that he has these traditional Mongolian clothes tailored to his size because he wants to represent Mongolia in the world, which I thought was really fun and awesome.
Yeah.
So he shoots to international fame, and he starts getting work doing like appearances and going and talking to like hospitals and doctors and being the face of medicines and stuff. And he was even like able to meet a woman, a normal sized woman named Xia Shu. I used to speak Chinese, you guys. I can't even believe I can't do this anymore. Xia Shu, who he later married in 2007. And soon after, they had a child, and he was finally able to be a father in 2008.
Nice.
He's currently 72, still alive, but that wasn't the whole story. That's not what I want to even focus on. I want to focus on how he rescued 2 dolphins, okay? So in 2006, veterinarians called in by the Royal GD, and I say that out loud, that sounds funny.
Royal goddamn.
Yeah,
What?
the Royal GD Ocean World Aquarium in China, they called in some veterinarians because they were stumped at what to do. They had these 2 dolphins who had started biting off some of the plastic of the edge of their pool and like eating it. These dolphins had a tummy full, they both had tummies full of plastic.
Oh my God.
Idiots.
Very
yeah,
stupid.
not too bright.
No, and they got really sick, and they weren't able to digest this plastic because they were.
Oh, you think if you're just eating plastic, you're not going to digest
That's not
it?
Good. That's not
you know
good.
what? I just think they should have released.
I thought
them.
these are supposed to be like the smartest animals in the animal kingdom.
I was about to say the same thing. I thought they were supposed to be like just below humans on the intelligence scale.
We also
I mean,
eat plastic.
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually not.
We're smart and
listen. Our plastics are microplastics. Okay, they're just embedded in the food. We're not doing it on purpose.
Poop our plastics out.
We're doing it with class. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not just eating a pool wall. Like, come on.
Speak for yourself. I love pool wall.
Yeah.
Just delicious pool wall. So they got really sick, couldn't digest it, and the veterinarians were like, what do we do? We're trying everything. They try to remove it surgically. They try to like induce, like, you know, try to get their stomach to break it down. Doesn't work. Try to feed them food that can like push it out. Doesn't work. Whenever they put a surgical tool in there, the dolphin's stomach, I guess dolphins do this, their stomachs just like contract like insane. They can't get anything through. And so getting more desperate, I'm assuming that somebody at some point was like, man, I wish our arms were long enough to just reach down and take the plastic out. And someone else said, hold up, I have just the guy for you. They had just seen this guy in the news get recognized for being the world's tallest man. They're like, dude, he lives just over there in Mongolia. I'm going to call him up. So they call him up, call Bao up, and he's working as a herdsman at this point with his new wife. And he's surprised, but more than willing, more than happy to go over there and lend his arm to the rescue operation.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've been playing Street Fighter 2 as Dalsim for years. This is the moment that I've been waiting for my entire life.
So he gets there, right? And the handlers, here, I'll send you a photo. The handlers. Yep, exactly.
Oh.
Couldn't have thought of that myself, truly. The handlers kind of tie some like, what's it called? Towels. Can't remember that word for towels.
Towels?
Going insane. So they get these towels and they tie they hold the mouth open of these dolphins because the dolphins were like,
I see.
And so then they're like, dude, put your 3.5 foot long arm in there and see if you can kind of like get plastic out. So if you picture like a kid, they're about 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Imagine that as an arm. That's insane.
Oh my God.
Like a 3.5 foot long arm.
That's a crazy arm.
Yeah.
I would be afraid to put my arm in a dolphin though. Like that seems like you could lose an arm. I feel like you could suffer some damage there.
I think
right?
Yes, but they had the dolphin like sedated, so they were like able to like keep him from biting, and then
split this thing open from the mouth and just go to town with a hand.
What they needed was somebody with like fine motor skills, because at the time they didn't have all those like amazing surgical stuff we do now.
Yeah,
they needed someone with like a human
extended
touch.
claws hadn't been invented yet for kids. If they had those, it would have been real easy. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send you a picture of him retrieving this plastic.
Oh
okay?
My God, this guy's a legend.
There he is.
Oh no way.
He is he's shoulder deep in the dolphin in this picture, and there's like news cameras, people taking pictures. He goes over there and he just like, okay, yeah, I'll reach down there, and he pulls out he goes all the way into the stomach with his big long arm, and he pulls out the pieces of plastic.
Oh my God.
The pieces of plastic look like pieces of meat, but they're not.
It looks like beef jerky.
I know,
they
look like two Cuban steaks.
Yeah, they do.
Something like that.
But that's just
crazy though.
But I just love that this gigantic man is just like, yeah, okay. He takes off his shirt.
That is crazy.
Gets to work.
These photos that you sent, like the crazy part is this is exactly what I was picturing it looking like. Like absolute mayhem. Like not in any, like it doesn't look like it's in a lab. Nope. It's not sterilized
it's on the
street. Look at all these guys are just hanging. Like look at all these other, like are these just other Mongolian
There's
guys?
There's like 20
just,
people just hanging out
they're
there.
All just watching.
Just
they're
like hanging out, all trying to get a better view of it.
Dude, if that were happening,
crazy.
I would be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
I would be there.
Not missing this.
I would be like, I'm going to literally like set some stuff aside here because like I need to be a part of this. This is crazy.
I'm gonna miss my child's birth to be here. That kind of thing.
Or you give birth there. You could probably help out with the giant hand as well. Just pop it out.
Get my baby out of here.
You don't need a C-section.
You just need a 8-foot tall Mongolian dude. Wow. Can't believe those words just came out of my mouth. So here's the thing. So he saves the dolphins and everyone's like, yay, hero, look at our amazing. And he was just like, happy to do it.
Yeah.
And here's the craziest thing is that this is not the first time that an extraordinarily tall former basketball player has reached his arm inside of a dolphin to save its life.
What?
Dolphins are idiots. They just keep screwing up and just expecting us to come save them.
I'm starting to think that these dolphins are just fans of basketball.
They do.
And that this is like if we eat plastic, we could meet Charles Barkley. Like you just have to.
How
if
much
we eat enough plastic,
do I have to eat to meet Jordan?
They're going
desperate
to
for
bring
attention.
LeBron James. And they're like every time we eat plastic, they bring a bigger basketball player. So like if we eat enough, we could legit get LeBron James in the building.
I could have LeBron James's arm in me.
Inside of me, yes.
That's exactly, if they could talk, I'm sure they'd say something along those lines.
Don't you do a good dolphin impression?
I do.
Oh, that's actually really good.
But it's good.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God.
Okay, so... What is happening? This other instance happened in the 70s, so I have to stop laughing.
What's that?
Where'd it go? In 1978, in what sounds actually kind of like one of your comics, Harris, a former NBA player, Clifford Ray of the Golden State Warriors, was called to help retrieve a metal bolt that the dolphin had eaten during construction, and the dolphin's name was Dr. Spock. And
that's amazing.
Dr. Spock lived at Marine World in Redwood City, California, and he
Marine World, Africa, USA.
The very same. And he ate a huge piece of metal, like an idiot. And the vet was heard saying, I can almost reach it. I'm so close to it. If I just had a little bit longer arms, I could get it. And one of the Clifford Ray's biggest fans happened to own Marine World at the time. And he heard that and was like, I know who you can call. We're going to have somebody with long arms come in here. So he calls the team and he's like, can one of your guys, specifically Clifford Ray, with his insanely long arms, get over here and save this dolphin's life? And Clifford was like, sure. So
why not?
They lubed him up really well. Absolutely had to lube his arm up. And the dolphin was like calm because he was like, I'm obviously in danger right now, so I'm going to let this guy just do what he needs to do. Or that was the plan all along. I don't know. So they lubed him up and he was able to reach in and remove this bolt. And I'm going to send you a photo of this guy arm deep in a dolphin.
My God, I can't believe this is like a
genre of photograph
thing that they do multiple times. Am I crazy for thinking like, the first guy who's like, I can't reach my arm in there if only it was a little longer. Like, couldn't you just turn the dolphin upside down and shake it like you're shaking his lunch money out? Like, this
guitar pick got stuck inside the hole of a guitar and you're trying to drop it out.
Rather than paying to fly a basketball player out here, I feel like there could have been another way to do it, but we wouldn't have gotten these photos. So
we wouldn't have gotten these photos, first of all, and these photos are beautiful. And
they're crazy.
Not only do we have one set of photos of an insanely tall man put with his arm in a dolphin, we have two. That's insane. Why did it happen twice?
Sadly, after this, those dolphins were both diagnosed with bulimia, and they were just trying to get somebody else to engage with them.
That's all they wanted.
There you go.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's really sad.
Well, You know what? I feel for these dolphins, man. They should not. If they ate plastic and they were like, I really regret doing this.
Yeah.
You could trust they will never do that shit again. Like now it's like that's
why it
public
hasn't
humiliation.
happened. That's why it hasn't happened since.
So they did actually learn from it.
Well, so far, I also
around.
think that like we don't like let them have plastic in their pool anymore, or like
I see. Yeah,
we don't do construction over an open dolphin pool.
Interesting.
But so here's the thing.
But if we did, they'd be going to town once again.
Yeah.
Just like a cat eating a stupid plant that makes them throw up, and then it'll just keep eating it again and again.
Yeah.
It never learns.
Dolphins all have a kink for arms. Okay, so then I'm going to give you a quote by Clifford Ray, and he says, I love dolphins. The first time I went to a movie, they were playing flipper. I thought dolphins were so cool, and now here I was, all those years later, about to reach my whole arm down into a dolphin's stomach to save its life. I was so excited, and I actually was successful on my first try. As soon as I brought out that screw, the news went all over the world. I was featured in National Geographic. So this dude, it was like
he was really proud.
The honor
of
his life. He was like, I would be honored to do this. And there's all these news articles about it that's just like, long-armed man saved dolphin, like stuff like that. And
wow.
And I just thought it was interesting that there were two of these. And I think it's worth noting that this happened twice. So now I have something that I can say to tall people instead of like, how's the weather up there? Or like, I bet you're good at basketball. I can be like, I bet your arm is long enough to reach your hand into a dolphin's stomach and save its life.
I bet you could. I bet you could save a few dolphins. People are like, what? You're like, look it up.
Those are dolphin saving arms if I've ever seen them. And that's my story about saving dolphins by reaching into their throats.
Amazing.
That's a really good story.
Sadly, a pastime that is gone now. We don't have it anymore, probably because of woke.
Lost.
Because of
woke. Kids are so busy with 6'7", they forgot what it used to be like. That you used to have to reach into dolphins and shit. There was nothing else going on. The only thing there was to do was to reach into a dolphin.
Take things out of dolphins.
Life. No phones. People just present in the moment. Just
unironically, you could pull this and be like, look at it. There's no phones.
There's not a single phone.
I mean? It's true.
Not a single phone. Just living in the moment.
We lived in the moment, and you know what? I miss those days when I could, without any like anesthetic or like clean environment, I could just put my arm into an animal's mouth.
Hand
no
sanitizer
problem.
hadn't been invented yet.
No problem. Totally fine.
Anyway, thanks guys.
Wonderful. Thank you for that one, Hannah. And now we've come to the part of the show where we're going to close our tabs.
Oh, how do we do it?
Which we have a few options. I don't know. Harris, do you have any ideas on what fun sound effect we could potentially use to close all these tabs?
Drown them.
Ooh.
Drown them in chocolate?
Oh, yeah. Maybe we play some... one of the songs from like one of the Oompa Loompa songs.
Oh, is that copyright?
That comes to mind.
Yeah, the only thing I'd be worried about is copyright stuff. Do you have like any sound effect stuff that you're thinking?
Sound effect? Do you have a slide whistle on there? I love a good slide whistle sound.
Sure, let's do it.
We'll slide. We'll kill these tabs with whimsy. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right. Cool. Who wants to count down?
Go ahead.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Close those tabs. Get rid of them. Nice. I just closed like 4. That feels good.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, it does feel good.
Right?
Yeah.
I like how doing this show, I'm like, I'll close way more tabs. I've opened twice as many as I ever have before. Anyway, Kaveh, do you want to read the listener mail?
Yeah. Moving on to listener emails. First up is from Maeve, right? I believe is the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Maeve is written in the show before. Hello, one and all. I have a tab that you might have already heard of, but it's an annual event that I anticipate more than Fat Bear Week, or as we call it these days, Bear Week, because we're not allowed to say Fat Bear Week.
Oh, yeah, you get woke America. You can't say it.
You can't touch dolphins in their stomach, and you can't call a bear fat. Unbelievable.
Bear Week.
Real.
High BMI Bear Week. With winter around the corner, it's time to remember the things that keep our hearts and hands warm. Allow me to introduce you to the Gävle goat. Apologies, I can't read Swedish. Gävle goat. Mm-hmm. It is a Christmas tradition dating back to 1966 in Gävle, Sweden. It is a giant version of the traditional Swedish Yule goat that is built every year around late November/early December, taking roughly 2 days. The goat stands at 43 feet tall and 23 feet wide. It's built using straw. And here is the image.
Wow.
of the goat for
Let's see
everyone
it.
to see.
Man, there's a lot of animals in this.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that thing.
I love it. What
Oh.
the hell? Dang, that's awesome. I would love to climb that thing.
Me
I would like to
too.
sit on that little perch up there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's funny. My first instinct
That's awesome.
would be to climb it as well.
Looks very
Which
climbable.
brings us to the second half of this tab on a massive straw goat, the other part of the tradition, arson.
Arson?
And other forms of destruction, but
Okay.
overwhelmingly it is arson. 1966, the first year the goat stood, New Year's Eve, the goat burned down. Across the 59 years, 42 goats have been destroyed, 31 straw goats on fire. Over the decades, the security has advanced from no fence to yes fence to security guards and live webcams. In 2023, one of the non-fire years, the goat was pecked to pieces by birds because the straw it was built with contained seeds.
Oh my god! It's almost part of the tradition now that that it needs to be destroyed. It's actually a little bit out of the ordinary when it's not.
Look at that goat on
demolished.
fire.
This feels very Midsommar looking at
I
it
didn't
for
see
sure.
I didn't see the fire one. Holy shit! Oh my god, this is like ominous.
I kind of love it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I love
Yes.
people. Just
You
like,
can
no,
find videos.
We're
Sorry,
not
go
going to
ahead.
let you keep us from burning this down ever.
That is the tradition. You have to
Yeah.
embrace what the traditions
That's the
become.
tradition. Mm-hmm.
You can find videos of the straw goat burning on YouTube. Gavel boat burning down 2021. There is no audio.
Oh.
And the Wikipedia has a lot more information of the various antics involved with guarding a flammable, massive straw statue, from Volvos to fireworks. Thank you. And until next time, I'll see you at the Nixon Super Soft Birthday Party, Maeve.
Was that another inside joke that I don't remember?
I don't remember it either. Super Soft. I have no idea what that is. It's probably a joke we made and we don't remember.
I remember it. No, just
Yeah.
Like, I'm listening to it right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually listening to it in my other ear.
Thank you, Maeve. That's
Yes, thank you, Maeve.
Good email.
Amazing.
Good fact.
We're just going to do one for this episode,
Yeah.
listener email, because we've gone a little bit long. But if you also have an email you'd like to submit, please send it to 500opentabs@gmail.com. That's 500. Send us a link, a little blurb about what you learned.
Or a voice memo.
Voice memo would be great. We love those.
You can also follow us at 500 Open Tabs on Blue Sky and YouTube and Instagram and Patreon and all of them. Please do so.
Yeah.
Like, rate, review, share.
If you have a Wooly Mammoth friend that you love, send them this episode. If you are Tim Burton or Johnny Depp and you loved this episode, send it to Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah. If you're still on speaking terms. I know that it was rough
Yes.
there for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a
I don't know
goat
what happened with them.
on
If you're a
fire,
goat, if you're a goat on fire, you should probably deal with that first.
you should go to the doctor, the goat doctor.
The goat
and
doctor.
If you're currently elbows deep in a dolphin, please share this with the people around you.
Yes.
You're going to need something to listen to while you're inside that dolphin.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody's listening to it right now and they're like literally shoulder deep?
Oh my God.
Like, dude, I'm literally doing this right
What
now.
are the odds?
Get my phone, take a
wavelength.
picture.
Of course, thank you to our very special guest, Harris, Mr. Beetlemoses. Harris, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're up to, where people can find you, where you would like to direct our fans, which apparently is you because you're the only one who listens to the show. Where can you direct yourself back?
I will direct myself to BeetleMoses is my username. It's the name of my comic, my web comic that I do, which if you like nonsensical, absurdist humor, animals, all types of weird stuff, I do a 3 times a week comic. I got a lot of cool stuff. I'm writing a long story which is coming down the pipeline, and
Nice.
all types
Exciting.
of fun stuff is happening. Yeah, it's an exciting time. So if you would like to check out my work, Beetle like the bug, Moses like the guy, and it's my username on Instagram is kind of where it's my biggest audience, but I'm also on the other places you described, Blue Sky. Let's just start posting to TikTok. Yeah, you can find me anywhere. If you Google BeetleMoses and you find your preferred platform, I might be posting there.
It's the only search result you'll get. You picked a good.
It probably
name.
is. Yeah, I think it is at this point.
Yeah.
Have you explained where that comes from, Beetlemoses? Or is that a secret?
Yeah, no, it's not a secret. But there's not really a crazy reason behind it. When I first started doing comics, I just was using my box standard Instagram username, and which was my name Harris with a bunch of numbers and underscores and stupid crap.
6969.
Yeah, exactly. And I was being shouted out on a Twitter space by a buddy of mine who was also a webcomic artist, and he was like, "Yo, go follow my boy. He's on the way up. It's HARR11." S underscore, and I was thinking, I'm like, dude, I need a new name.
Yeah.
And so I wanted something that didn't have numbers. I wanted it to sound like a name. And so the name actually came from, I'm a really big fan of this album by Isaac Hayes called Black Moses, where he's like on the cover and he's like draped and he has his arms outstretched. And I thought like that name is so like evocative and like powerful and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought like, what if I just did that, but like stupid? And if, you know what I mean? Like did a stupid version of
Love that.
And BeetleMoses like came to mind, and it wasn't taken on any of those Twitter and Instagram or whatever. And I was like, all right, I'm changing my name. And that's it.
I love that.
Love it.
I always associate
amazing.
it with like Moses parting the Red Sea, but
Beatles.
it's for Beatles.
Yeah. Well, with Beatles, it's. I think I wanted something that was just kind of like weird. Like I didn't want necessarily to do something that was like, oh, such and such comics. You know what? Like I wanted something that sounded like a name. And people would be like, what the fuck is that? Just so I thought that was the goal, basically.
I love that. I love how that's just, it doesn't need to have a huge meaning to make it good. Anyway.
No, there is really no meaning. Yeah, it's just my pen name, basically.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for being on this show. This was so fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. This is really fun.
Yeah,
anytime.
Really
good time talking to you guys.
Anytime you want to come back.
It's fun to talk to a
next
fellow.
Next time I have another open tab. Oh yeah.
Let us know.
Absolutely. Next time I go down a rabbit hole, I'll ping you guys and we'll get back in.
Please do.
Let's do it. Hannah, you want to tell them where to find you?
At Hannah Hillam on all the things.
And I'm at PermaFriends on Instagram, and then I'm me on Blue Sky and all that stuff. And thanks again,
Kaveh, you
Harris.
have something coming up, don't you?
Oh, right. I do have something coming up. Yes. Next month on December 13th, I'm going to be at Tito Rick's Garage in San Diego. We're doing a one-day kind of little artist alley type thing, and there's also a gallery show. And I will be there, and my friend, or our friend Patrick Ballesteros has put it together because he's a gem as always.
Former guest.
Former guest as well. Yeah, December 13th, come. I'll have some holiday stuff. I'll have my books. I'll have my drawings, prints. I'll also have a fun, insane piece in that gallery show, which Hannah and Alyssa have seen. It's really fun.
That's
but
pretty funny.
I won't reveal it until it's printed and ready to go. But it's going to be a good time. It's exciting to be able to go to San Diego when it's not San Diego Comic-Con and just do like a different holiday market. But most importantly, if you don't have any gifts that you've bought for that special someone, please come. Instead of spending money on billion-dollar corporations, just come buy it directly from artists who are making art. We would love it if you could help us pay rent. So that'd be cool. Yeah, again, Tito Rick's Garage in San Diego, December 13th. We'll be there for, I think, most of the day. So please come check it out, and I'll post about it in the show notes as well.
Sounds great. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next week. And Kaveh and Harris, I'll see you at... What do we usually... I don't know what to say anymore. We have so many sign-outs.
Richard Nixon, Wooly Mammoth, shitter in the sky.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, shitter in the sky.
We'll see you at the Richard Nixon pumpkin pie eating contest at the Mammoth.
That's good.
That works. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Bye.